have popped up in places like California and Michigan, and you see a big difference in the way these are being handled. Sonny, tell me what you're seeing.
You know, this bothered me so much over the weekend because I've enjoyed such close relationships with police officers in my family. When I was a prosecutor, I worked with them. And to see protesters waving the American flag, stepping on the American flag, and also like spewing and spitting in the faces of police officers without masks on was just incredible to me, because we heard all of this Blue Lives Matter stuff going on from people that were waving flags. We heard all this Blue Lives Matter stuff from people when the Black Lives Matter movement was going on. We heard respect the flag when Colin Kaepernick was silently kneeling in protest for the inequities that we see in our country against African Americans. Yet, where was that sentiment when you have police officers risking their lives to protect our democracy? I was floored. I was hurt. I just couldn't believe it. And when you have Governor Whitmer of Michigan saying that, and there were a lot of people carrying nooses and Confederate flags. I don't understand what that has to do with protesting to get back to work for the coronavirus. I mean, Governor Whitmer said that she saw just the worst of American history and the worst of racism during these protests. So I started thinking, Whoopi and Joy, I mean, so what did they really ever mean Blue Lives Matter? Did they really ever mean that? Or did they really mean Black lives don't matter? Did they really ever mean they don't want that kind of protest? I almost felt like I was having an existential crisis this weekend.
Right. So, Joy, things were...
I don't blame you.
Very weird, and you actually found yourself agreeing with this guy. Take a look.
No one is a bigger defender of the Second Amendment than yours truly. Everyone has the right to protest, protect themselves, and try to get the country open. This, with the militia look here and these long guns, no. Show of force is dangerous. That puts our police at risk. And by the way, your message will never be heard, whoever you people are. No one should be attempting to intimidate officials with a show of force. And God forbid something that happens, then they're going to go after all of us law-abiding Second Amendment people.
Right. So, Joy, what do you make of this?
First of all, things are really bad when even Sean Hannity is out there telling these crazy people to stop it. Just stop it. I'd like to just reinforce and say thank you, Sonny, for what you just said, because that was exactly what I was thinking. Colin Kaepernick on his knee is a big threat, but guys coming with AR-15s, that's not a big threat. So now I come from the generation, as do you, Whoopi, where we protested the Vietnam War. People were carrying flowers and love beads. Nobody was carrying a gun, okay? That is not a protest. That is a terrorist act, or the indication of it. I don't say that they're terrorists, but they're certainly intimidators. They're trying to intimidate people with this. And the radio silence on the right, by the way, about this, besides Sean Hannity, I haven't heard anybody else say something like that. Have you?
No, I have not, and I don't. It is political, and I don't understand why people are allowed to yell in the face of a policeman who is trying to keep the peace, and there you are, and we don't know what you're carrying. We don't know if you're ill, but does this then make you susceptible to being arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, which is the air coming out of your mouth, since we don't know if you've been